Causes of light pollution. The causes of light pollution is the excessive use of artificial lighting in urban areas. This can be a result of poorly designed, excessive and inappropriate illumination, as well as inefficient use of available light sources. The increased levels of ambient light affects both humans and wildlife, disrupting our natural circadian rhythm by keeping us awake at night or suppressing melatonin production during the day. Light pollution has been shown to have an adverse effect on wildlife. Some birds mistake brightly lit buildings for morning sunlight and prematurely leave their nests to go feed on nearby sidewalks, while others become confused about when it's time to mate because they cannot see the stars that normally help guide them through their reproductive cycles. Light pollution from artificial illumination. One of the greatest threats to our global ecosystem is light pollution, with its effects showing up in every corner and at all hours. This should not be a surprise given that we are currently living under one big sky dome illuminated by artificial lights from street lamps, office buildings, billboards, and more. So what happens when you live so close to these bright sources? For starters, someone else can see your home or car while driving on an adjacent road, which isn't good for security reasons. Also, it's hard for animals like birds who depend on natural cycles such as daybreak/sunset phases. This disrupts their migratory patterns, making them easier prey targets too. Light pollution from airports. Coincidence that the airport is always so close to a major city? Sadly, no. The bright lights of an ever-expanding sky blot out natural light in this metropolitan area as well as other places around the country and world. This light pollution affects more than just animals who may find it difficult to navigate their way through dark forests or hunt for food at night. Humans are also impacted by health problems like obesity caused by lack of sleep induced from artificial light exposure after sunset, or before sunrise. The light from the airport is so bright that it can actually interrupt our sleep cycle. People who live near airports often complain about how disruptive this type of pollution is to their lives, and they don't even realize all the other harmful things happening because of it. Light pollution from buildings. Trying to watch the stars on a clear night? You might be out of luck. Recent studies show that an average city dweller can only see 2,000 stars in any given sky, while people who live outside urban areas get up to 10 times as many views. Light pollution from buildings and cars is blocking our view of the cosmos. The light pollution from buildings can obscure the stars and cause a decrease in their population. Light pollution also affects wildlife by preventing them from seeing natural sources of food or getting to shelter before being hunted down by predators, as well as disrupting agricultural production cycles. The night sky is a thing of the past, and it's all due to light pollution from buildings. Believe me when I say that this has an adverse impact on our ecosystem as well. Animals are having trouble navigating their environment with so much light shining in every direction. Causes of light pollution. Light pollution from construction sites. The idea that construction sites are a source of light pollution has been around for decades. Construction site lights can be bright and annoying, but they don't just make it more difficult to see stars in the sky. These artificial lighting sources also affect our ecosystems by disrupting natural patterns. Hundreds of families live near large construction sites. They have to put up with the noise and dust, but now they can also suffer from light pollution, which comes in addition to all their other troubles. Living by a site where there is heavy machinery means your family has already had it rough. You're listening to loud sounds day in and day out while breathing in dirt particles every time you leave home for work or school each morning. But did we mention that these living conditions come with another added burden? The constant stream of bright lights coming through windows during night hours disrupts sleep patterns because our brains need darker periods at night to help us fall asleep, so many people become exhausted quicker than usual, once again making them feel miserable. Light pollution from cars. It's no secret that cars are a massive contributor to our light pollution problem, so it should come as little surprise when I say they're also one of the worst offenders. The first thing you need to know is just how much these things contribute in terms of wasted energy and money. If we were all driving around with flashlights instead, we could save about 60% on fuel consumption alone. But even if this isn't enough for you, and honestly, why would it be? There are more insidious ways headlights affect us every day beyond their sheer contribution to global warming. Have you ever seen an animal run into traffic because lights from your car diminished its eyesight? We don't think twice before getting out onto the road at night. There are several reasons for light pollution from cars. Firstly, the headlights on vehicles have become increasingly more potent over time to give drivers better vision at night. Similarly, This has led to a proliferation of car lights that cause an increase in ambient levels and sky glow as well as decreased visibility, which is also due to vehicle-related emissions like carbon monoxide or ozone forming higher up into the atmosphere where they cannot be seen by ground-level inhabitants but can contribute significantly towards world climate change. Causes of light pollution are important to understand in order to save animals. Light pollution from satellites. The light pollution from satellites is disrupting the natural circadian rhythms of plants and animals on Earth. The Earth is brilliantly shown by a never-ending, sparkling light show of satellites. This phenomenon can also be seen from space during the day and night, which creates an atmospheric glow called sky glow. Satellite companies such as Iridium spend millions to illuminate their spacecraft with LED lights, so they're more visible at nighttime when traveling between orbit points on Earth or for those looking up in awe through telescopes hoping to catch sight of one of these shining stars high above them. However, this excessive illumination has only worsened our situation regarding pollution issues due to how much energy it takes to keep all these lit-up ships cruising around the planet, not even mentioning what we do about inventing ways effective enough yet still affordable enough. Causes of light pollution should be reduced if we want to save Earth.